Warriors! All right, here we go. Remember, Warriors, if you know the game, you can't be played. Happy Monday, or you might be watching this in the future, so happy day. It's a great day to be alive, Warriors. I took a break from my video yesterday because Coach JB needed a little decompression with the kiddos, but that's okay because I'm a father first, a man of God. Well, let's go in order. Man of God first, father, and a Warrior coach. Welcome. If you haven't met me yet, my name is Coach JB. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. I'm the guy that comes to you with the information to help you make informed decisions and tells you not to believe a word I say. Don't believe a guy in a tinfoil hat. What I'm teaching you to do is how to fish. If you give a man a fish, they will eat for a day. If you teach a man to fish, they will eat for a lifetime. I'm a follower of God, and I love the life of Jesus. I'm non-religious. I accept every single person. It doesn't matter what religion you are. I love you. Now, what is my history, and why am I even qualified to talk about this stuff? Well, shit, I don't even know if you think I'm qualified. But I'm a multifaceted business owner. I'm heavily in the cryptocurrency space, also invested in some companies, as well as a little bit in the stock market. And so I teach my warriors the understanding of the economic system, the understanding of how these elites make their investments, and I allow them to make informed decisions, okay? So I spent 12 years in banking after screwing up my life 15 years ago really bad. I lost my life. I attempted suicide on December 18, 2006. I woke up to a spiritual awakening. You know, a lot of people go through that when they reach death or whatever you want to call it. Well, I woke up to a book called The Secret. From then on, I started to understand that Rhonda Bryan, amazing book, she took concepts of the Bible, the great I am, and put it into a book and made it very simple. And I started to believe in myself. I am great, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm abundant. And from there, I ended up going into banking, moved up the executive banking ranks very quickly, and I found myself in executive banking school, and I started to study banking at a very deep level. And I got the honor to go through a school called CBA Executive Banking School, and I learned how to scale a bank from the ground up. So I understand the banking system at a very deep level. Now, there's tons of YouTubers out there. They're all amazing. All of us are speculating. Just so you know, I want to make it very clear. Every single YouTuber, every single podcaster, every single person in the financial space is speculating. And I need you to know something, that none of us have the crystal ball. Just because I say something, don't hold it as a holy grail, nor another YouTuber don't hold as holy grail. We are dealing with some stuff that we can't control. There's about 150 people in this world, and I've told you guys this, the richest people in the world control the economy. It's not Democrat, it's not Republican, it's monetary. The person who controls the money controls the information. The person who controls the information controls the people. So it doesn't matter right, it doesn't matter left, it matters who controls the information. Let me repeat that. It doesn't matter right, it doesn't matter left, it matters who controls the information. So when you know the game, you can't be played. So I'm just going to share with you guys from my perspective, but I'm also open to feedback. So in the comments, say what you mean, but don't say it mean. Educate people. Also, another thing too, in my comments, we're starting to get people that are, I will never ask you to send you cryptocurrency. We will never ask you to any type of I don't know. Everything's in our description. That's all you need to know, okay? So don't, in the comments, if there's someone trying to sell Bitcoin, whatever, just make sure you do that, okay? All right, so let's get right into it. Warriors, you came here to learn. You came here to grow. And thank you for allowing me that time with my family yesterday. I know you guys are looking for those videos on a daily basis. I just needed some decompression time and some time to think about some things. So I'm going to show you this video first, okay? Now, this gentleman right here, Shamath Palasobraba, I can't pronounce his last name, but he's an amazing human being. He is I think he's a billionaire now. I think he's a billionaire now, or pretty darn close. But listen to what he says. This is somebody I love. I so resonated with this because if you're in my Warrior Academy, you know how I feel. We are the uncommon 1%. We are teaching people how to become the uncommon 1% and flooding the money back down to the people so that we can all prosper. But here's the problem with this, Warriors, and especially what he's saying as well. Jim Rohn says if you give $1 million to every single person in society, it's going to end up in the same hands once again. If you give $1 million to every single person in society, it's going to end up in the same hands once again because you've been programmed to be poor. Okay, so if you don't change your subconscious mind, you will never, ever be wealthy. You will lose the money right away. That's what we teach in our Warrior Academy. So listen to this first. And what I'm going to start to do in my videos, I'm going to start to educate you guys deeper than cryptocurrency. I'm going to teach you the game. I'm going to teach you banking and how things work so you can have a deeper understanding of what you're invested in. All right, so listen to this video first.
Decision making and discipline, and it's so that's how it plays out. I don't know if I answered your question.
I'm thinking very. There's a deep connection between money as an instrument of change and what you're doing now at Social Capital.
Look, here's the thing. There's about 150 people that run the world. Anybody who wants to go into politics, they're all fucking puppets. Okay? There are 150, and they're all men that run the world. Period. Full stop. They control most of the important assets. They control the money flows. And these are not the tech entrepreneurs. Now, they are going to get rolled over the next 5 to 10 years by the people that are really underneath pulling the strings. And when you get behind the curtain and see how that world works, what you realize is it is unfairly set up for them and their progeny. Now, I'm not going to say that that's something that we can rip apart, but first order of business is I want to break through and be at that table. That's the first order of business.
Boom. How often, I just saw this, okay? I saw this on some of the other YouTubers. I wish I could realize who it was so I can give him a shout out. But when I've been talking about this forever, Warriors. Like I said, you are not going to change the game. If you know the game, you can't be played. If you know the game, you can play the game, Warriors. At some point, there has to be a new regime of the uncommon 1%. Okay, why can't it? It had to, at one point, someone made a decision to get there, Warriors. Think about that. Think about that. 150 people. That is the truth. There's 7 billion people in the world, Warriors. 7 billion people in the world. And you're worried about Democrat, Republican, Catholic, Mormon. You're worried about all this stuff. That's not the game, Warriors. It's much deeper than that. It's much higher level than that, Warriors. And as he said, it's not the tech billionaires. But it's coming. The biggest shift in generational wealth is happening right now. This is the new asset class since the 1600s. There's a whole new regime coming. And we can be that uncommon 1%. And we can change the whole infrastructure of how people react with each other. We can be the change, Warriors. Okay, so I know you want me to get off my soapbox. Let's just jump right into it. Okay. So how do you protect your wealth? So since 1950 to 2020, this is the value of your dollar. Your dollar has lost 90% of its purchasing power since 1950 as politicians print more of them. So since 1950 and specifically in 1971, since we detached from the gold standard, that's when we became a printing machine. Boom, boom, boom. 1991, MIT started creating the cryptocurrency protocol. So cryptocurrency just didn't pop on the scene, Warriors. 1991, right here in 2008, the financial crisis, and then boom, it just became a printing machine. Around 2008, 2009, Bitcoin was created or supposedly came out, right? And then they started printing us into infinity. So what do you think's happening right here, Warriors? It's been planned out for a very long time, since 1971 when they created the World Economic Forum. And in July, when they detached us from the gold standard, President Nixon was a talking head to move us away from the gold standard so they could print us into oblivion, so they could become really rich with the Cantillon effect, and you could become really, really, really poor. So let's talk about what this means. So banks right now are in a liquidity crisis, okay? And this is going to share with you and explain to you what that means. And I'll explain it from my level and a banking level, okay? So the U.S. Federal Reserve is talking with lenders about potentially going easy on them if they deplete their liquidity reserves while trying to support customers hurt by the C-word disruption, according to 3 people with knowledge in this discussion. Now, this happened. This actually came out. The European Central Bank this week urged lenders to use their liquidity reserves, and this happened in America too, as buffers to support the economy, and said it would allow them to fall short of some cash requirements in what is rapidly becoming the first test of key liquidity rules introduction following the 2008 financial crisis. So in 2008, they all got bailed out. All the banks got bailed out where you suffered, right? Now, think about this for just a moment. In 2008, who the hell, during the financial crisis, the housing crisis, was allowing people at the top level to get loans with no stated income, okay? No stated income. You could walk in and get a mortgage. Who was allowing people to do interest-only loans? People that made $30,000 were living in million-dollar homes. Who allowed that to happen? Wake up, Warriors, okay? So now what this means, this happened in America, and they actually allowed them to tap in. Okay, so let's understand banking. It allowed them to tap into their liquidity reserves. What are liquidity reserves? That is the money on deposit, Warriors. Okay, so they don't have all your money. We are a debt-based society. Your bank doesn't have all your money. We are a debt-based society. If all the debt gets paid off in America, we live off interest. We will collapse, warriors. So now we're in a liquidity crisis, okay? We are in a credit crisis. Well, not really a credit crisis. People aren't going to be able to pay their home loans. The middle class is going to get wiped out. Well, what does the middle class have? They have car loans. They have home loans. They have business loans. They have student loans. That is going to get wiped out. We have to move into a new economy. So they're going to print us into oblivion as they, okay, you ready for this? As they inflate everything for you. So here's what's going to happen, okay? Interest rates are super low. That's going to help the rich. People like me going out and we're going to start buying properties and stuff when the crypto moons, right? We're going to become much wealthier and the middle class is going to get wiped out. Here's why, okay? So as the rich keep buying up more stuff using loans, right? As you get your stimulus check, it's called cancel loan effect. It slowly comes down to you. You get it. The products and services cost more. They cost more. So eventually you'll get priced out of the marketplace and you'll have to rely on the government, okay? Check this out. 1.4 billion per hour. First mover, as central banks print 1.4 billion per hour. Bitcoiners bet on Federal Reserve capture. Okay, according to the Bank of America, that's the pace at which central banks around the world have been buying assets since the C-word related lockdown started in March. Coincidentally or not, the market value of the NASDAQ 100 gauge of tech stocks has climbed roughly the same pace since then. It's this kind of comparison one might expect Bitcoin, true believers, stepped into the view of the central bank money printing debasing the US dollar, sure to bring a rampant inflation. But it's almost jarring when the observation instead coming from researchers at the Wall Street Bank at the center of the traditional financial system of the dollar-based economy. So what this is saying was, okay, let's break this down really quickly, okay? Your dollar is devaluing, okay? Inflation is going up. Everything costs more. Do you see that? Everything costs more. Okay, all the elites are moving into stores of value: gold, silver, copper, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, right? And now they're throwing out this big Bitcoin narrative. I still have this weird feeling about Bitcoin. It's not going anywhere. The value is going to continue to go up, right? And then you keep hearing from all these people that, XRP is a shitcoin, right? Oh, the shitcoin. They know nothing about banking when they say that. Zero about banking. These are just people out there in the crypto space that are they got into crypto, they're trying to get rich overnight. They have no understanding of banking. Straight up. Everybody that's out there saying shitcoin, if you comment down below, you know nothing about banking. You know nothing about the elites. You know nothing about who moves money. Okay? So here we go. RippleNet. Free working capital with on-demand liquidity. So if banks are in a liquidity crisis, do you know who can solve the liquidity crisis problem for banks? XRP. Let me repeat that. Do you know all these shitcoin people saying it's shitcoin? And I'm not a XRP maximalist. I have a broad portfolio, but I understand how XRP works, and that's why I'm such a huge fan of Ripple, and that's why I know the SEC lawsuit was all by design. Brian Brooks came in for a short amount of time. He said I had a very clear mission for 25 years, and he got that mission done. He threw out the SEC lawsuit. He federally chartered a cryptocurrency bank named Anchorage, and he head off into the sunset, and now they're bringing in a new SEC, head of the OCC, excuse me. They're all cryptocurrency-friendly, warriors. RippleNet is going to change the world. Ripple is going to change the world. XRP is going to be the on-demand liquidity. They free working capital with on-demand liquidity. What does that mean? Warriors, to move money across rails, you have to have liquidity on deposit to handle those transactions. Right now, when I walk into a bank, I am going to send a wire to you in Europe to buy a $5 million property to help some people. So I sit with a banker. I have to trust that that banker, look at the time, I have to trust that the banker is going to get that wire right. It's going to go up and through all the currencies, up through the Federal Reserve, back down to you 3 days later. Hopefully they got it correct, and it may be an exchange or could be a mistake. That money has to be on liquidity, warriors. Now I can walk into a bank that's having a liquidity crisis, and I can say to the bank, hey, I'm RippleNet, and I can get you on a cloud system in 10 minutes, and your customers can transfer money at the speed of light, $50 million for 30 seconds, and you become the hero. They don't even know I exist, and you're the best in customer service. Your banks now are going to be in the crypto game, and they're going to feed the living shit out of you. That's how it's going to work. Banks, commercial banks, are going to be customer service banks. Let me repeat that. Banks are going to be customer service banks, and I guarantee you in the next 10 years you can come back to this video, and your bank will be custodying your cryptocurrency. They're going to be giving you DeFi type loans, or they're going to be just servicing your DeFi loans, and you're going to become your own bank. They're not going to miss the boat, Warriors, and they haven't missed the boat. Okay, so banks move into cryptocurrency payments. Blockchain technology is already used in several areas within the financial services, including international payments. Now some U.S. banks are creating their own blockchain-based systems. This is an old article, including digital currencies, to enable B2B, business-to-business cryptocurrency payments between their customers. Proponents say its potential benefits include reducing transaction fees and faster money transfer. Japanese banks are also creating payment systems based on digital currencies, and Japan is backing XRP like it's their brother or sister. They are all over it, Warriors. Now, this is interesting. They're allowing commercial banks or B2B, business to business, to do this at JP Morgan, but they'll block your debit card when you try to buy some cryptocurrency. Bank of America will block your debit card or credit card when you're trying to buy cryptocurrency. Wells Fargo will give you a heck of a time when you're trying to buy cryptocurrency. It's like the modern day bank run, Warriors. We have to wake up to this. Cryptocurrency is here. Your mama, your grandma, your baby mama, your ex-boyfriend, whatever, is telling you cryptocurrency is a fraud. Tell them, hey, thank you. Have a great day. I'm moving on to generational wealth, okay? Now check this out. Ripple announces partnership with Bank of America. This is all old articles, but I'm bringing this back up to you guys. As you're sleeping and you're looking at Democrat, Republican, there's a biggest shift in generational wealth happening right behind your back. Boom. Bank of America announces partnership with Ripple. Wells Fargo startup helps bank manage cryptocurrency. They invested $5 million. $5 million. The investment into the Aplictic for Wells Fargo Venture unit is an extension of the startup $23 million Series B founding run. I think they put $5 million. I might be speaking out of school here. Yep. Wells Fargo, man, I've been studying stuff a lot. Wells Fargo has invested $5 million in UK startup. Interesting. A UK startup. Wells Fargo, American company. Goldman Sachs. Let's see what they're up to, folks. Let's see. My computer's acting crazy now. Boom. Goldman Sachs names new head of digital assets and bet that blockchain is the future of financial markets. Oh, Goldman Sachs, one of the top financial companies in the world. They're not going to make bets that don't work, Warriors. Okay. So I think we get the point. I'm going to take a deep breath. How do you feel? Do you feel with all my speed and how I talk get you a little like... Warriors, when you know the game, you can't be played. You should feel relaxed now because I'm teaching you the game at a very deep level. Why do you think, Warriors? Why do you think my TikTok's getting shadow banned? One of two things. Haters out there just don't want me spreading the message. Or number two, they know that I'm waking people up. Either way, I'm still going to bring the information on a daily basis, Warriors. If they shut it all down, I'm still going to keep doing the same thing I'm doing. I'm here for you, Warriors, and over 500 Warriors in our academy are here for you as well. So if you click the link down below in my videos, you'll see a description. You'll see the Facebook group. And we go live every single day, okay? Your best bet is to go into our private Warrior Academy. I show my portfolio on a weekly basis. We have a cryptocurrency call every single Thursday, okay? I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I just document my journey into the quantum financial system. We have a crypto Discord the people are way smarter than me in the crypto Discord. Over 400 warriors now in the Discord. You can ask questions. We also have a question and answer section. But the most important part is we take you through a 120-day challenge, mind, body, immunity. Because it doesn't matter how much money you have, warriors. If you lost sight of this, I don't care if you have $10 million, you're still broke. So I help people open up their awareness to a higher consciousness, which I call God's consciousness. And in whatever religion you are, we accept you. Whatever side you're on, Democrat, Republic, we accept you. We are an accepting group of loving people, opening up the mind and the awareness of human beings to the possibility for them and bringing the money back to the people. That's what we're here for, warriors. So if this resonates with you, I'm a follower of God, follower of Jesus, and I love you. As we always say, warriors, rise. You can do me a huge favor. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, send this video to a friend. Introduce me to him. Talk to you soon.